Yo, what's up, swagger? Yo, what's up, swag? And you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Keon Lar, aka KL. I'll beatbox your bitch ass. Back here with a video, man. Look, man, it's your boy KL Swag. You already know what time it is, man. Look, you guys, you guys are gonna enjoy this video. All I'm gonna say is, oh my gosh, we are back here again with Rebound, man. Meet the tallest NBA player ever, man. Tallest NBA player ever? Tallest NBA player ever. Make sure you comment, you like, and subscribe, and make sure you share the video as well, because we are back here again with Rebound, and let's get into it. Oh yeah, and also you guys, I don't know why you guys unsubscribing or whatever like that. I'm guessing because of the hockey video that I just did, and I did not disable the comments. I know I got, a couple, subscribers that love hockey. Yes, I'm dropping more hockey videos. And you guys, I did not disable the comments. I did not disable them. I guess YouTube did that or whatever like that. I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. I see you guys enjoyed the video, but let's get into it. What? Wow.
This is Manute Bol, one of Africa's greatest prodigies and the tallest player the NBA has ever seen.
Oh my
Standing
God.
at 7'7", I honestly don't think you guys can fathom how tall this man looks in person. You could take The Rock, add a foot, and Manute would still be taller. But just looking at this guy got me thinking, is it even a good thing to be this tall? And on top of that, the main thing I'm wondering is, how the hell did this guy make it from Africa to the NBA? Well, coming from Sudan, Africa, there aren't many opportunities to make a living. It's not like there's a Taco Bell down the street where Manute can work the drive-thru. The only option Manute had was joining their military. So that's what he did. While he was stationed, they had a basketball court nearby, and this was the first time in his life that he had a convenient court. The closest court he had growing up was 50 miles away from his village. Manute
Wow, so he joined the army, bro. Damn, this is
would
crazy.
literally walk for days whenever he wanted to go play. Man, I get winded walking in the mall. I don't know how this guy did it. Luckily for Manute, a lot of countries have some type of national basketball league that competes against other countries. And as for Sudan, that team was in their military. So when this 7'7" dude walked in, they saw him and just handed him a basketball. This was Manute's big opportunity. Traveling around Africa with an AK strapped to his back, Manute was out there repping Sudan's national basketball team. And while he was dunking on some 5-foot German dudes, there was an American coach on the sidelines taking it all in. Don Feely. Now, Don had recently gotten fired from his job as a college head coach, and he heard about this spot out in Africa that apparently had the tallest people in the entire world. And when he laid eyes on the near 8-foot giant, Manute Bol, it was love at first sight. At this point in time, Manute Bol couldn't speak English. Read English? Hell, he didn't even know how old he was. So I have no idea how Don managed to communicate with Manute in the first place. But he convinced him that just on height alone, Manute could easily make it into the NBA. And with that, Manute took a flight out to Cleveland, Ohio. Now that Manute's managed to make it across the world, it's time for the real challenges to begin. Now, he's got to make it to the NBA. The transition wasn't as easy as Don made it out to be. Our boy Manute ended up running into all sorts of issues throughout the next few years.
God damn, I'm like tuned in. I'm like,
with great deals and new styles for all the moments ahead, like 50% off.
Years, like his passport saying he was 5'2". Yeah, that actually happened. When this 7'7" dude was getting his passport set up, they measured his height while he was sitting down. Look, I'm not the passport police, but someone needs to be fired for that. On top of that, our boy Manute ended up making it to America too late to go straight to the NBA, so he was forced to play a year of college ball. This might have been a blessing in disguise, though, as he was able to take an English program for foreign students, so he could actually talk to his coaches and teammates. And Manute was able to prove his worth here. He took an irrelevant college team you've never heard of, the Purple Knights, from having a couple hundred people watch their games to having their gym sold out with thousands piling inside to see what this 7'7" spider could do. Ultimately, John was right. After 3 years of dealing with all these random BS problems, Manute did it. Coming into the league in 1985, setting a record as the tallest player in the history of the NBA. It was time for
1985, bro. I'm thinking he gonna say like 1990 or something like that, but oh my gosh, bro, this story is crazy, man. Damn.
For Manute Bol to prove just how good he was at basketball. As the starting center for the Washington Bullets, our boy Manute went on to break even more records, averaging a ridiculous 5 blocks a game his rookie season.
Wow.
I know this guy's 7'7", but 5 blocks a game? You think he's still playing against some 5-foot German dudes in the military? Not legit NBA stars. But other than his unbelievable blocking ability and height, Manute didn't have much else going for him. I mean, our man weighed less than a Great Dane, literally. At 180 pounds.
But it's crazy because tall people like that, bro, they have real bad knees, man. People that's real tall like that, they have bad knees, you guys. So, damn, bro, I really want to see, bro. What happened?
My boy Manute couldn't even bench a 45-pound bar. Come on, man. My little sister could bench that. So Manute was hit with a new challenge. Put on some weight or get traded from his team. Imagine this 8-foot blocking giant. Now imagine him at 250 pounds, because that's what the Bullets were imagining. They tried everything they could to help this dude put on weight. They literally told him to start drinking beer. So Manute started downing Heinekens left and right. And from that point, our man never played another NBA game sober. Legend has it Manute would walk around the locker room butt naked drinking Heinekens all day long. Never gained a pound, but hey, at least he was happy. But even though he was happy, the Bullets still wanted him to put on some weight. And after 3 years of not even gaining an ounce, they traded him off to the Golden State Warriors. At this point, we're in 1988. Bol is living the American dream. He's still in the NBA, drinking Heinekens all night, sleeping in every day. You're probably thinking, he's made it. Until one morning, Manute was woken up by a phone call. A phone call that would change his life and the world forever.
Oh, shit.
Manute was about to embark on a journey that would make the NBA look easy. Look, if there's one thing you need to know about Manute Bol, is that you don't mess with his beauty sleep. Manute was furious someone was calling him before noon, and when he answered the phone, he let the guy have it. But the guy on the phone wasn't a fan, a manager, a coach, wasn't even his mom. Instead, it was a guy speaking a language Manute hadn't heard in years. Dinka. You see, Manute came from a tribe out in Africa known as the Dinkas, and the caller was a Dinka native himself, representing a militia that had just formed back in Manute's home country, Sudan. He reminded Manute that while he's living the American dream, drinking Heinekens butt naked, there are brutal atrocities happening back home. Although Manute was enjoying his time in America, he didn't forget how merciless it was growing up. According to Bol himself, at least 250 of his own family members had either been killed, sold into slavery, or starved to death. I couldn't make Manute's past sound more horrible if I tried. Sudan was full of corrupt leaders, watching their citizens die every day, and they would keep letting it happen as long as it meant they could get a little bit more money and power. This phone call changed everything for Manute. Saving Sudan became his life purpose. The only question now is, could he actually do it? With a bank account worth $4 million, Manute donated $3.5 million to start funding his own militia. To the public, Manute was known as the tallest player in NBA history, but in private, he was a war general. He finished up an NBA game at 8:30, and by 10 he would be in a basement, instructing his militia thousands of miles away from the slaughter, and he did this for years. Eventually, Manute teamed up with John Garrett, a man known throughout all of Sudan as a revolutionary leader, and together, they take on Sudan's government. In one off-season, Manute flew out to Sudan to meet up with John and see how his investments were doing. The public thought that the $3.5 million was feeding a lot of hungry kids, but in reality, Manute was getting his militia strapped up. And at this point, Bol became a rebel first and a basketball player second. Deciding to leave the game of basketball entirely in 1997, Manute moved to the capital of Sudan and started directing his militia from the field. This created the most dangerous chapter of Manut's life. Keep in
Damn.
mind, when you're trying to overthrow a government, they're usually not going to be too happy about it. And Sudan's government wanted Manut's head. He put himself in a position where he had a newborn son, an entire army depending on him, no more money coming in, and he was the biggest target in all of Sudan. At this point, Manut literally couldn't leave his house without at least 4 bodyguards around him at all times. Ultimately, Sudan's government knew they couldn't touch Manut. He was too much of a celebrity, but what they could do is extort him. They decided to hold his exit visa, meaning he couldn't leave the country unless he stopped funding his own militia and started pouring that money into their government. Trapped in Sudan, Manut lived life with a target on his back for the next few years. Eventually, he started working with U.S. senators to try and find a way out. And as they were making progress, 9/11 happened, creating a whole other obstacle that Manut had to get through. It wouldn't be until 2002 that Manut was finally free from Sudan and on his way back to America as a religiously protected refugee. But Manut wasn't coming back to a lavish NBA lifestyle. Instead, he was now pretty much homeless while being held hostage.
Oh my God, bro, because he fucked up, bro. Why didn't you just play basketball, man?
Just in Sudan, Manut dumped all of his money into his militia, even selling off every house he ever owned. Trying to make some more money off his ridiculous height, Manut settled for some pretty humiliating jobs, swallowing his pride, doing everything on TV from ice skating to boxing a 400-pound NFL player. For a couple of years, Manut was finally making some cash to send back home. And just as things were starting to look up, Manut was ejected from a taxi. This 7'7" man was thrown through the windshield. When first responders arrived, they found Manut and the driver laying on the road, unconscious and fighting for their lives. The cab driver, Neville Robinson, went into cardiac arrest and unfortunately didn't survive the crash. Manut was airlifted to a nearby hospital where he was put on life support. He remained in the ICU for a while, recovering from 2 cracked vertebrae in his neck, along with other internal injuries. Ultimately, Manut would recover, but he would be left needing a cane for the rest of his life. Doctors said if he hadn't been in great shape from being an athlete, there's no way he could have survived. And this entire crash happened because the cab driver had been drunk.
Damn. Oh my God.
This situation completely ruined Manut Bol financially. He had no health insurance, sent every dollar he made to his militia, and was now drowning.
He's so dumb, bro. Well, he gave that money, bro. And then, like, you had 4 million. You gave damn near all your fucking money to their ass, bro. Like, you're stupid. Like, he gave $3.5 million, you guys. Like, bro, what? And you only had 4 million. Bro, you could have at least gave like 100K, 200K probably, man. Like, stupid.
In medical debt. Just a year later in 2005, no one on either side of Sudan could take the bloodshed anymore. After 2.5 million dead, the revolution was finally over. Ending their civil war of the peace treaty in Nairobi, Kenya, Sudan split in 2, and Manut found himself in control of a new country, South Sudan. He spent the next few years helping form a government and campaigning from village to village on behalf of Salva Kiir Mayardit, a man who fought alongside Manut throughout this entire civil war. Since that phone call in 1988, Manut had put the revolution over everything. He put it over his career, money, fame, and most importantly, his health. By 2010, things got so bad that Manut couldn't even walk on his own. He was literally being carried from village to village as he campaigned. The plan was for Manut to travel back to the States and get treatment, but after meeting with Salva, he was motivated to keep pushing. After years of campaigning throughout the South, the results were finally in. In April of 2010, it was announced Salva, along with his VP John Garang, were voted into office as South Sudan's first leaders, set to take office as the world's newest country in 2011. Manut's work was finally over. On his way back to the States, Bol began to feel ill. Originally, he was on his way to a Kansas City treatment center, but he became too weak to even travel. By morning, he was being rushed to the hospital where it was discovered His kidneys were failing. Having spent
Wow.
the past 30 years fighting for South Sudan's freedom, only to be on his deathbed right before its official independence. The only
Damn.
words Bo could utter to his friends in the hospital was, "I did it. I did it." And that's where Manout's contribution ends. Since his death, South Sudan has had a lot of ups and downs, and is far from being a stable country. Manout may have not been able to completely solve the problem, but his life will spark the mind that finally makes that change. He gave up everything and more on the chance that the next generations of Sudanese will grow up in a nation without war. He was far more than the tallest player the NBA has ever seen, and should go down in history as a revolutionary and a hero.
Damn. So he did. God damn, Manout. Anyways, man, make sure you comment and subscribe. I love you guys, and you guys stay swagged up. Oh my gosh, that is crazy, bro.